Hello. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's been coming on to my site and listening to what I have to say. I really appreciate the love and support so far I've been getting. Of course, we need a lot more. Um, a lot of the people are sending messages back asking me to give them a little detail on exactly what is going on and why I'm asking for the help I'm asking for. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to try to lay out for you what's going on and show you why this is needs your help. First thing is, how do you tell a story that is huge and has so many moving parts to it that are all important? And I have to find a way to shorten this up, so I'm going to be leaving out so many important things that went on and just trying to give you an idea of everything else. But like I said, how do you tell a story and leave so many critical parts out? But that's what I have to do. The best way I can describe what's going on is tyranny. Something in this country that should never exist anymore. Our country has fought and lost many, many people in wars to fight, so tyranny would never affect us here in this country. So that's the way that I describe this. This what's going on with us in this company is nothing short of just tyranny. The best way to start it off is I'll tell you what's going on with the company, and then I'll tell you what the results are. I came across something that was going on that I believed was very wrong and very harmful, and I went to the president of this corporation that I've been dealing with for years, and I told him about something that was going on that I found out. And he was going to check into it because he felt it was that severe, so severe too. He forwarded it over to corporate. Now, corporate, this company owns their own legal firm. I mean, they have very big lawyers, besides being the largest, one of the largest industrial gas companies in the country and possibly the world. They also do own their own legal firm. So when corporate got a hold of the complaint that I put in, they brought in their top investigators, and these are people who retired from FBI and everything. And so their investigators came down to my location to talk to me about the complaint, and I gave them all the information. I helped them with equipment and things they needed to do the investigation, for the company. I was really concerned when I talked to the president of the company about this, because I told him, I said, look, I'm not looking to open up a major problem here. I'm just here to bring up something to you guys that you really need to look at. And I expected them to just do it and take care of it. And instead of that, it went to corporate. Corporate brought in these investigators, and the whole thing just got out of hand. And then the next thing I started hearing from drivers and sales reps and even people worked up at the plant that the shit had really hit the fan with this. The investigators uncovered so much corruption with this within the company that I started hearing from different people that worked up there. People were getting fired, people were getting demoted, So I opened up Pandora's box with this, and I had no idea that's what I was doing. I was just trying to tell them what was going on, so hopefully nobody would die from this, And it turned out to be way bigger than I thought. So I started hearing from the drivers and the sales reps and different people that the shit had really hit the fan up there, and they were kind of holding me responsible, for what was going on. And a lot of people up there were getting upset at me that I brought this out. And I got I guess, nicknamed Whistleblower. As time went on, I found, out that this had wound up costing this company a fortune to do whatever they had to do to see if they could correct the problem. But truthfully, they really didn't correct the problem. So that's what I did. That's what the company wound up doing. But because I'm the one that brought it up, I'm the one that stirred the pot, I'm the one that created all these problems. Now I'll tell you what they decided to do with me since I brought this up. As I said, they nicknamed me a whistleblower. I've been dealing with this company for 9 years. I've been selling the product for 22 years. I've been in business 30 years. It's a 3-generation family business, handed down to my father, then handed down to me. And 30 years ago, I took the reins of the company, and I was in full control of what the company was doing. So after this happens, what the company does is they stop sending me product that they've been shipping me for years, And that caused me not to be able to supply my customers, which created me to lose customers. And then they start raising all my prices to where they priced me out of the market where, how am I going to come try to sell you gas and tell you $2 and everybody else is coming over and telling you $1, So they priced me out of the market, and I sell so many different types of gases. Oxygen, heliums, argons. I mean, we sell everything, plus welding supplies. They start sending my deliveries in a week later. So, doing this, what they did was they caused me to lose many of my customers. I mean, if you don't have a product to supply your customers, they have no choice but to go somewhere else. These customers have been with me for, at least 2 decades or more. And many of them felt horrible. They had to leave, but they got businesses to run. And they're such loyal customers, they still come down to see if they can get stuff from me first. And then they go to, actually, this company opened up a store 10 minutes from me with everything, way more than I even had. But even though my customers now are going over there because I don't have any more of the stuff that I used to have, they still come and try to buy as much from me as possible as they can. And then buy the rest over there, which I think is wonderful that my customers show that kind of support to me. So this is what the company did. And I'm leaving out so many important things that they did to just keep gut punching me over and over and over. So that's the short version of what they did to me. And now with the financial problems and all the hardships we have, I have no choice but to close the business up. I mean, every day I spend my days all I do is spend my days on the phone with lawyers and collection agencies, and it's just, it's horrible. It's a horrible every day what I go through. But for my good deed, let me tell you what the company did in return, besides just doing that. They destroyed the business by cutting my orders, shorting them, raising the prices. Some products they wouldn't even send to me. And through all this, they knew they would destroy me. I met with them and told them what was going on and what they were doing to me, and they really just didn't care at all. They basically, like I said, and I even had a lawyer, top-notch lawyer with me. I paid a lawyer $40,000 to get to one meeting, and nothing got accomplished, and that was a waste of $40,000. As far as I'm concerned, the lawyer took my money and ripped me off just like they did. I just don't understand how people can be so heartless out there, but they are. So we met with the company, and they pretty much just laughed and said, listen, we own our own law firm. There's no way you're going to be able to fight us. And even though we did a lot of wrong, there's nothing you're going to be able to do to win it. So that's why I decided to go out to the public, there's nothing stronger than the public opinion and the public voice out there. And one of the odd things or strange things, a few years ago, I had to have open heart surgery. I had a heart attack, which at that time they said, if you don't have immediate open heart surgery, you're just going to die. So they had to replace my aorta valve, my mitral valve, and a triple bypass. And this was all right before all this craziness happened. And the reason I say this is because my cardiologist and my surgeon, after the surgery and going through therapy, told me, you have to change your life now, okay? We understand you have a pretty stressful life and, business, you got this, that stress is one of the hardest things for you to have to be dealing with now with your condition. You need to stay away from stress. Well, the irony there is the stress that's been dumped on me is amazing. It's totally amazing. The other thing is because I'm the one that had to try to do what was right, and all this happened, the family that worked for me no longer works for me. Turned against me. My kids and everybody, they felt that because I had to bring this up, we're all going to suffer now. And the company made a very good living for everybody, not just my family, but all my employees too. And I have to say, I have some of the greatest employees because this has been going on for 2 years now. And there are weeks that I don't make enough to make their full pays. I stopped taking a pay after this happened because we lost so much income. There was no way for me to take money unless I started letting go of all my employees. I had let go of my family already. And I let go of my family first because, in all reality, I would have had to let go 2 to 2.5 people to cover the same amount of money I was paying them. And it just didn't make sense to me to short the company on help to keep my family employed. So my family was the first to be let go. And I don't take no money, and I've been surviving off of whatever my family will do to help me other ways, So they've turned against me and blamed me for having to bring this out, and I should mind my business and everything. And I'm sorry if I see something wrong. I have to say it. It's just the way I am. And it was bad enough losing my kids and everything, but they stopped me from even seeing my grandkids. And that one really hurts. And like I said, even if they gave me every dime that I'm entitled to, they can't straighten out the problems they created that went on between me and my family and my kids and everybody. That part's, I don't know how that's ever going to work out because there's been too many horrible things said and lines crossed that should never have been crossed. And so they didn't just wreck me financially, they wrecked me as a person. I've lost everything. Family, which was the most important. I don't care about the houses, the cars, the other stuff. I really don't. It's nice to have, but I could do without if I have to. But losing family was way too hard. And God, there's so many things this company has done to me that I want to say, but like I said, it would take forever to get this video done if I tried to do all this. And I'm not somebody that's used to sitting here pleading for help like this. I'm usually the guy on the other end helping the people. And it's kind of hard for me to figure out exactly how to do this. And plus, even though I love technology and think it's incredible what I see from what I watched come along, I really never had an interest to learn it. So I don't know how to do a lot of the stuff that I do. I just try to do the best I can. But what happened to me should never happen to anybody in this country, ever. Tyranny is something that should never exist in this country anymore. And I don't know how else to refer to this but tyranny. God, there's just so much going through my mind. I mean, there's so many things that this company has done to destroy us. So I'm hoping some way I can get the whole story out, and once you hear it all, you'll be amazed. I tried to make some notes here because, like I said, this is not something I'm used to doing. I'm the guy on the other end always. I met with the company, with my attorneys, and met with the company up there and their attorneys, and all they really did basically was laugh, even with my attorney there. They thought it was funny that I was going to try to sue because, like I said, I put one lawyer on them, they put 10 lawyers on top of him. So all the good lawyers I'm talking to are telling me my chances of suing are slim to none because of the amount of money it would take to sue this type of company for what they did. And I just can't lay down and let this go. And I don't want to make the video so long, so I think I gave you there's so much here to say. I mean, the stories just don't stop with this company. They're not going to stop until I'm totally destroyed. They just don't want to see me lose my business. Because they've accomplished that already, and yet they still continue to drive nails through me. So they're looking to destroy me too as a person. The only thing that they're making a mistake on is that I am so strong-willed, they're not going to break my will. And even with all the horrible, horrible things they have done to me, I mean, literally, I've never felt so lonely in my life. It's like, it's just me now. And they may have think they won, but like I said, I don't give up. I don't surrender. That's the way I was raised. Never give up, never surrender. So I'm asking you, the public, to listen to what's going on, and hopefully you will help me fight this company, because they're arrogant. I mean, I know there's bad people out there, but these people are evil. They're not even bad. They're evil. I've sat across from them and explained everything that I've lost. Family, and whatever I had, I don't have, the few things I still have left is only because the rest of the family, that a lot of my family are self-employed. That's the type of family we come from. Very few people work for people. Mostly everybody and aunts, uncles, everybody is self-employed. And when the economy went bad, I was one of the ones that was doing very well, and a lot of them got hurt with the recession and everything. So I started helping everybody, get through whatever they had to get through. So that I burned through the money, I burned through everything, trying to make sure that, because like I said in my other video, the way I was raised is it's one for all and all for one. I can't sit there eating steak and shrimp and lobster, while other family members are eating hot dogs because, or they're worried about they can't get their electric turned on. So I told them, I sat across from these attorneys in this company and told them, mission accomplished. You broke me, you destroyed the company, and now you destroyed me as a person. what more do you want out of me? I mean, do you want me to cut my arm open and just give you all my blood? I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, and they just won't stop. I must have cost them a really, from what I'm understanding from their employees that really care about me and been dealing with me for many years, they tell me that what I did was open Pandora's box. This thing was so much more corrupt than they ever imagined, or they knew about it and they were making a fortune from it. And once I opened that gate up, it put a kibosh on a lot of people, and I guess people lost money up there or whatever deals, and they decided they were going to retaliate and destroy me for opening my mouth. Hindsight, I wish I would have just left it alone and kept my mouth shut. I paid way too hard and way too dearly for doing the right thing. And I know there's a lot of sad stories out there. I know there's a lot of people out there hurting. But, there's a difference between running into a tragedy and changing your life or something and somebody physically doing it to you on purpose. In this country, it just should never be allowed. And that's why I say this is tyranny, because this should never happen. Well, I hope this gives you enough to understand what I'm going through and why I need your help. As always, thank you for listening, and may God bless everybody. And I hope you find a slice of happiness in these hard times, because it is tough times for many people. Again, thank you. And please pass this on and leave some comments. And maybe, we can get this company to sit up and do the right thing, because the power of the people is more powerful than anything else there is out here. All right. Thank you. And like I said, God bless everybody.